Hi there, my name is Munaf Mukadam. I'm a financial planner with Cradage Mahura Investments. We would like to provide you with this short video clip that highlights some key details and provides some information on important aspects of the TwoPot Retirement System. And we hope that the information in this video will assist and guide you in making informed decisions once the TwoPot Retirement System comes into effect. So when will the TwoPot Retirement System come into effect? It will come into effect on the 1st of September 2024. Why is the TwoPot Retirement System being implemented? So there are two reasons why it's being implemented. The first one is to allow people to access their retirement savings in the event of an emergency. And secondly, it's to restrict people to withdraw all their retirement savings when they leave their employer. Because currently, when you resign from your employment, you're allowed to withdraw your full retirement savings as a lump sum. And a large percentage of people are doing this and compromising their retirement savings. So by restricting the amount that you can withdraw on resignation, the overall retirement savings in South Africa will be increased. At the same time, they're addressing the need to allow people to access a portion of their retirement savings in the event of an emergency, which I'll explain in the next few questions. Who will not automatically be a part of the TwoPot Retirement System? If you are age 55 years or older on the 1st of March 2021, then you will not automatically be a part of the TwoPot Retirement System. And if you would like to be a part of it, you'd have to opt in. For more information on this, please contact your HR. Okay, so before I talk about the TwoPot Retirement System, I would like to first mention two rules that are applicable to the current retirement funds, to the current legislation that will be impacted when the TwoPot Retirement System comes into play. The first rule is that when you're employed, you cannot access your retirement fund at all. The second rule is that when you resign from your employment, you can then withdraw 100% of your retirement fund into your bank account. There is tax that is applicable, but you do have the option to withdraw the lump sum. So it's these two rules, the fact that you cannot access your retirement fund during employment and the fact that you can withdraw 100% of your retirement fund on resignation. These two rules will be impacted once the TwoPot Retirement System comes into effect. So how does the TwoPot Retirement System work? From the 1st of September 2024, there will be three parts to your retirement fund. The first one is called the vested component. The second one is the retirement pot, and the third one is the savings pot. The vested component applies to all your retirement savings that you've accumulated as of 31st of August 2024. So right before the TwoPot Retirement System comes into play, all your retirement savings that you accumulated right up to that date, all of that, the current rules will still apply to that vested component. So the TwoPot Retirement System rules will not apply to the vested component. The second part is the savings pot. This is where all the contributions from the 1st of September going forward, 1/3 of these contributions will go into the savings pot. This pot is accessible and withdrawals can be made from the savings pot once per year. The third part is the retirement pot, and it's 2/3 of your contribution will go into the retirement pot from the 1st of September 2024 going forward. So if you're contributing, say, 300 Rand to your retirement fund in total, then 100 Rand will go into your savings pot and 200 Rand into your retirement pot. Your retirement pot you cannot access until your retirement, and even at retirement you cannot withdraw the portion in your retirement pot as a lump sum. You have to use that portion in the retirement pot to purchase an income, an annuity. The savings pot is available to withdraw as a lump sum at retirement. So how much can you access immediately after the TwoPot Retirement System comes into effect? On 1st of September, it's 10% of your vested component or 30,000 Rand. Whichever is the lower amount will be transferred from your vested component to the savings pot. The vested component is all your accumulated retirement savings that you have as of 31st August. All of that forms part of the vested component, and 10% of that vested component or 30,000 Rand, whichever is the lower amount, will be transferred to your savings pot, and that amount is referred to as the seed capital and can immediately be withdrawn. So if I can provide a couple examples, say if you have 200,000 Rand in your Provident Fund, then 10% of 200,000 Rand is 20,000 Rand. So 20,000 Rand is the lower of 30,000 or 20, and therefore 20,000 Rand will be transferred to your savings pot. If you have 800,000 Rand in your vested component, then 10% of 800,000 Rand is 80,000 Rand. Between 80,000 Rand and 30,000 Rand, 30,000 Rand is the lower amount, and therefore 30,000 Rand will be transferred from your vested component to your savings pot, and will be available to withdraw. Is your investment growth impacted by the TwoPot retirement savings, and does the savings pot earn a lower return than your total retirement savings? The answer is no. Investment growth is determined by the underlying investment portfolio, and the vested component, the savings pot, and the retirement pot, all three parts will earn the same investment growth as per the underlying portfolios. How do withdrawals from the savings pot work? So you can make only one withdrawal from your savings pot per tax year. So that is 1st of March until the 28th of Feb is the tax year, and there's only one withdrawal that you can make during that tax year, and the minimum withdrawal amount must be 2,000 Rand. If the portion in your savings pot is under 2,000 Rand, then you cannot withdraw that. How does tax work on the savings pot withdrawal amounts? Withdrawals from your savings pot will be added to your taxable income for the year and taxed at your marginal tax rate. The tax will be deducted before the withdrawal amount pays out to you, and the marginal tax rate is determined by the individual tax tables. It is important to note that because the savings pot withdrawal amount is added to your taxable income for the year, it may push you up into a higher tax bracket, and therefore you'll end up paying higher tax. So just to ensure that you're not in for any bad surprises, do speak to your HR or speak to one of the appointed advisors who can help, who can assist you with the calculations, so you are aware of how much tax is due and can therefore make the correct withdrawal amount to ensure that you get the after-tax amount that you want in your hands. Since you're only allowed the one withdrawal per year, you would rather do that calculation and ensure that you're aware of the correct tax amount that's payable, and so you know exactly how much you will be getting in your hands. Okay, so what happens when you leave your employer and it's still before retirement age and you now resign and leave your employment? So your vested component, which is all your retirement savings that you've accumulated before the TwoPot Retirement System comes into effect, the vested component is still fully accessible and can be withdrawn should you wish. The withdrawal tax tables apply to this amount, so there is tax applicable, but you can withdraw the amount. You can also choose to preserve the vested component, and that will then remain invested. There's no tax applicable if you preserve the benefit, and it remains invested until your retirement. With your savings pot, this is also fully accessible and can be withdrawn should you wish. It can also be preserved until your retirement age. And should you make a partial or a full withdrawal from your savings pot, the withdrawal amount will be taxed as per your marginal tax rate. So the vested component is taxed as per the withdrawal tax tables. The savings pot withdrawal is taxed as per your marginal tax bracket. The retirement pot is not accessible, and you cannot withdraw the amount in the retirement pot until your retirement. Okay, so what happens on retirement? On retirement, you've now got the vested component, the retirement pot, and the savings pot. The vested component is divided into a vested share and an unvested share. This split within your vested component is not because of the TwoPot rules, but it's because of the changes in the Provident Fund rules that came into effect on 1st of March 2021. I would encourage you to speak to your HR or speak to one of the financial advisors regarding these changes if you're interested to learn more about them. But at retirement, you've now got the vested component that is split between the vested share and the unvested share. So on retirement, you can take 100% of the vested share as a lump sum. You can take 1/3 of the unvested share as a lump sum, and you can take 100% of the savings pot as a lump sum. So in summary, it's 100% of the vested share that is inside the vested component, and 100% of the savings pot can be withdrawn as a lump sum. With the unvested share that is inside the vested component, also only 1/3 of that unvested share can be drawn as a lump sum, and the 2/3 portion of that unvested share has to be used to purchase an annuity or an income. And in terms of the retirement pot cannot be withdrawn at retirement. You have to use that portion to purchase an annuity and income for your retirement. Yeah, so what are some useful tips to keep in mind with the TwoPot Retirement System coming out? You will have more flexibility than ever before because you now have access to 1/3 of your retirement savings through the savings pot. So this comes with the responsibility now to protect yourself now and for the future. So do not let anyone pressure you to do anything that is not in your best interests. While it is good to help people when one can, you've worked hard for your retirement, and the longer that your money remains invested, the more that compound interest will work in your favor. So do not make any hasty decisions to take a withdrawal. It may be tempting to make a withdrawal as soon as possible or as often as possible, but keep in mind that if you withdraw regularly from your savings pot when you don't need to, then you may not have enough savings available when there's a real emergency. Also, you'll be giving up the amount withdrawn plus all the potential compound growth that could have accumulated over the years. And also, when you access your savings pot, before retirement, you pay tax as per your marginal tax rate, which often is way more costlier in tax compared to accessing the savings pot at retirement, when you then pay tax as per the retirement tax tables. And as per the retirement tax tables, which are quite favorable because you get 550,000 Rand as a tax-free amount. So if you deplete your savings pot, then at retirement you cannot make use of that 550,000 tax-free portion. So generally it can be a lot more tax or a lot more costlier tax-wise when you pay tax as per your marginal tax rate compared to paying tax as per the retirement tax tables. Alright, that's it from us for today. We hope that you found the video useful, and once again, if there are any further queries or questions, please do not hesitate to contact Graduates Mahura Investments for more information. Have a great day. Bye.